access toadstool. Peach.
There are more men headed to our house. Meet VA Male 69 2005. He's the one who said there's just something about a teen body. He's 28 and thinks he's talking to a 14-year-old. He's actually chatting with this 23-year-old from Perverted Justice.
He was by far the worst guy I've ever talked to.
Dozens and dozens of cases
Yes.
you've worked on. What separated him from the run-of-the-mill computer predator?
Bestiality, one word.
He chatted online for more than a week with our decoy and slowly introduced more and more depraved sexual requests. He even says he wants to involve a dog.
As soon as the guy said, hey, maybe I'd want to do this, and he wasn't immediately slapped down, it's testing the waters.
Was this all talk, or would this man actually walk into our kitchen? That's him coming in the door.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Why don't you have a seat right around that stool, please? What's happening?
Not much.
What are you here for?
Just come and talk to him.
Coming to talk to who?
That's it.
Why are you so nervous?
I just got nervous. I was coming to talk to Erin.
How old is Erin?
She didn't tell me.
Try again.
I saw 14.
So you thought it was okay to come here to see a 14-year-old girl,
No, I didn't.
and you say, would you ever try anal? Ouch, that's like it could hurt. Not if done right. You have to be very gentle with that. Quite a Romeo.
I'm a lonely guy. What can I say?
He's more than just a lonely guy. We did a background check on VA Male, and it turns out his real name is Joe Wunderler, an Army sergeant stationed at Fort Belvoir at the Intelligence and Security Command.
I've never done anything. I'm trying to get help with it.
What are you doing to get help?
Seeing a psychiatrist right now.
Well, it doesn't look like it's working too well based upon all
I
this.
just started talking to him.
I mean, this gets pretty freaky here. You talk about sex acts with a dog.
It's one of the reasons why I'm trying to get help, because I've gotten into fetishes that I know aren't right.
I guess you're going to tell me next that this is the very first time you've done something like this.
Actually, it is. I'm serious.
True or not, remember, this guy tried to entice a young teen into depraved sex acts. It only takes one encounter to harm a child forever. We set aside 3 days to see how many men would actually show up at our undercover house. To keep track of our appointments, we set up a bulletin board. It didn't take long to fill up our calendar.
Total today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 so far.
Some came bearing gifts like beer, condoms, and a pornographic tape. One man brought shoes and dinner, just what the decoy ordered. You may not think that's significant, but Lieutenant Jake Jacoby, who runs a child services unit here in Virginia, says during undercover stings, it can help get convictions.
At times when they show up, we like to have them either bring us something or do something so we can show that they're doing specifically what we asked them to do.
Shows intent.
It helps, yes.
The men who show up at this house looking for a liaison with a child come from very different backgrounds, and as our investigation unfolds, you might be surprised at just how diverse our group gets. Some hold very prominent positions, more prominent than you'd ever imagine.
What do you do for a living?
It's here, with all the speed, realism, and 3D graphics of the arcade game. All it took was a quantum leap in processing speed.
Okay, it's time. Time to cut in. The thing I like to do with games that I respect, or at least really like the intros of, is just let it roll once. There's a lost art of the demo roll. But yeah, rip Satoru Iwata. Woof. And also the music's really good, so... hey everybody, this is Earthbound, aka Mother 2. Mother 1 exists, but it's a tough one. They released it on Wii U, and I had like a day where I wasn't doing anything, so I was like, fuck it. It's time. Earthbound is the only game that really came out in America, so I played it. I was actually... There's something about it that like called to me, so I was somehow able to get the money together when I was like a, you know, pre-legal working age kid to get it. And it... Wow. It is me kind of distilled into a game. It celebrates the weirdness of humans. It's very quirky and funny. It's got great music. Crazy Keats, thanks for the Prime sub. Thanks for the resub. Wannabe Hobo and Chris. Hey guys. I don't think it's going to stream well because it's mostly text-based. Ever get a chance to try Mother 3? Yeah, I played it a little bit, but I never finished it. Man. That game hurts. Mother 3 hurts a lot. The intro is so bad. In a good way. It's just one of the saddest things. My goal is to play through Mother 2 and 3. I wanted to do, like, Mother 1. I'm kind of glad I didn't. I had to use a walkthrough. There's not a lot in that game. I mean, there's a lot for a Nintendo RPG, but... Hey, Jester. Thanks for subbing via Twitch Prime. But yeah, I would say... I don't think it's going to stream well because a lot of this is in the text, and text doesn't translate very well over Twitch because, you know, people don't pay rapt attention to a Twitch stream, which is fine. I don't think it should be that way. But that means that a lot just gets lost. I'm gonna play by canon. Oh, Jeff, you're running into the window there, buddy. Oh, I got it. Sorry you missed last stream? No worries. It's cool. We're all cool here. Facing the wrong way. Oh. You figured it out. Yeah, and also, Gorta, you bring up a really good point. People cannot read. Lucas is from Mother 3. Lucas has a rough time. Hey, Wolfborn. Thanks, man. It says big sturdy vibes. I think there were a lot of games that have borrowed from Mother, especially when it comes to like indie developers, because I think this game had such a soul back when a lot of games were about shooting things. Yeah, and Y2K. Yes, very much so. Also, this guy's name is Pooh. We're like, yuck. Blah, 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 I got it. I actually really want to play that game. I'm okay with it being bad. I like quirky, offbeat, weird stuff. I think steak is the default. Pie, pasta, cake. Rockin'. Actually, I'm gonna deviate from canon just for the favorite thing. One thing that I think is interesting is there are a few games on Super Nintendo that kind of developed their own music bank for the purposes of making sounds that other Super Nintendo games or other games on that hardware just did not make. This is one of those games. It's got multiple kinds of percussion. It's got like slap bass. It's got guitar. It is. I think it's one of the best, most technologically advanced soundtracks. Andrew, this is Earthbound / Mother 2. Nintendo has a incredibly quirky JRPG series called Mother. Which console? This was Super Nintendo. How long does it take to beat the whole game? I want to say like 40-50 hours. Also, it seems like it's stuttery. I thought in my that's not so bad. In my hubris, I thought that emulator on PC would be the most reliable way to run this game, but playing on SNES Classic, no. I thought about it, but I don't know. I've bought that game 18 times, so I don't feel a whole lot of compunctions about emulating it. It's only on 3DS Virtual. No, they released it on Wii U as well. I think it was either Wii Virtual Console or Wii U Virtual Console, but either way you could play it on the Wii U. What emulator do you use? SNES 9X. What's up, Dr. DJ Ice? Thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3? None, really. Is Ness a silent protagonist? Yes. That's nice. So yeah, I played through... It's going to be interesting playing through Mother 2, having actually played Mother 1 now. I did read, at one point, I read some wiki summary that summarized like the plot connection between Mother 1 and 2. And I was like, holy shit! I had no idea that there was so much like backstory to Mother 2 that I just didn't know about. Now that I've played Mother 1, I'm confused. I don't understand how they're connected. But I'm hoping playing through it again will help me make those connections myself. Love the Funhouse News Show. Also like when you turn to Twitter to get opinions for the story. Great idea. Yeah. It's weird to me that doesn't happen more. But, I mean, it's right there. And people like talking about video games, so. Yeah, I'm all teched out and ready to go. I don't think Ness... Yeah, Ness is a playable character in Smash. So that's probably where most people know him from. Ness and Lucas, the protagonists of Mother 2 and 3, respectively. He's got a good point. All iced up. This music is so good. It's like a lot of bongos. This game is like, it's very 60s, I guess, which makes a lot of sense given the probably the age of the writer, Itoi. Yeah, now that I think about it, it is pretty 60s laced out. The music, the yeah, Paula's dress, the fact that the enemies are like chromed out spacemen. There's a lot of like street gangs. NES is an anagram of SNES, which stands for Super Nintendo Earthbound System. How did they know before the game came out to put that in the acronym? Absolutely not. I'm an RPG protagonist. What's the main premise of the Mother series? I don't know anything about them. I mean, I don't know that there's really like a plot-related premise to throw at you. I think it's like there are certainly themes that are in contact. I think the games are just kind of like, this is gonna sound really hoity-toity, but they're just kind of more feminine. If that makes sense. A lot of the games are about celebrating the quirkiness of humanity versus like the coldness of Alien and the coldness of Hatred. It's more about like love and togetherness and all that. So like, yeah, soy games. It's a soy game for sure. So I don't that doesn't make any sense. But there's definitely a soul there that's pretty interesting and very unique. I'm a billboard guy. This game feels like Stephen King book, Kids with Psychic Power. Doesn't really get as creepy as Stephen King stuff. It gets dark, but not like explicit, if that makes sense. No. Pokey is a real son of a bitch. I think the Switch will get the next Mother game. You mean Mother 3? People have been petitioning Nintendo to bring Mother 3 to America for a long time. I'm gonna guess that they rightly judge that there aren't nearly enough people who actually would play that game, so they're just like, whatever. I've heard it theorized that music licensing would be a problem in America too, because there are tracks in this game that are just like, it's just Johnny Be Good, and Super Nintendo form, and I think the copyright reuse in Japan is not as restrictive as America, so it's like, well, now suddenly it's not a translation, it's an alteration, and that costs a lot more. Was this as Mother 3 is the game is mostly around one town? No. You travel all over Eagle Land. Metro was dead for 7 years. This lived with Metro Prime 4. Yeah, you're right. I think, I would guess Samus Returns probably had a lot to do with that. Because you're right. What I've seen Nintendo do is they'll let something sit for a while, then they'll chum the water a little bit with something. So I think they re-released Earthbound. They, released Earthbound Beginnings, and I think that was them trying to see, like, okay, let's see if people want to buy it now. Did you like Samus Returns? I did. I never finished it because I spilled water on my 3DS, so I have to send it in to get it fixed, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so far. The only thing that doesn't work is left on the D-pad, and I got to where the upgrade I need to use is left on the D-pad, so that's that. I just can't progress. It was water. What did you think it would be? Come on now. It was one of my gamer-style large carafes. 3DS is dead. Well, Umbra, hold on. A 3DS fixing stream? I thought about it, but man. Nintendo Tech, once they like iterated a couple of times, it gets so compact that it's really hard to work on. Also, this guy's knocking is annoying. I'm gonna click over here for a second. Because I want to fiddle with some video options. It seems a little stuttery, but I think that just may be how the game runs. I don't remember it being a 100% 100% like squeaky smooth 60 FPS game. So I think this might be like my rose tinted memory. I don't see really anything that would make it run better. Let me try this. Yeah, I think it's just being accurate about how the game ran. Yeah, whatever. No worries. We're back into it. Back in my jammies, my strapped jammies. Still gonna do Dude Soup every 7 weeks or so. James and Adam did amazing, but I wonder about Big Daddy's return. Yeah. We're in the cycle. Ready for RE2 remake? Yes, I'm very excited for that game. Unfortunately, I'll be traveling this weekend, so it's gonna be a minute before I'll have some time to curl up with it, but... Oh! Heavy Jur! Thank you for the Prime sub. That means I get to play a song for you, and I will. One second. There we go. RE2 does look beautiful. We are blessed. We are blessed this day. Blessed this day with beautiful zombies that we can shoot. With our main man, Leon S. Kennedy. Rookie on the force, first day. Wow, there sure are a lot of zombies around here. Leon's such a little dork. He's just a dink. The game makes you think he's a cool guy, but he's not. He's not. Play Resident Evil 4 again. And try and, like, imagine him wearing a fedora the whole time. Is there a mod for Resident Evil 4 on PC that lets you put a little floppy fedora on Leon? Because if so, I'll play that shit right now. Alright. Heavy Jer, thanks for subbing. Here's a track for you. I hope you like it. Doesn't kind of slap. It just slappy slaps. Looking for sauce. That is... So, I just kind of impulse listened to this band. The band is called Lyra Latam. Or I guess... So, I don't know. I don't know French. I don't know why I'm pretending. Lyre-L-E-T-M-P-S. T-E-M-P-S. Jesus Christ. Album's called Clockmaster. That track's called Brocopoly. So hopefully somewhere in there you can, you know, find it. Good track though. I like that. It's the whole thing is like kind of like there was a minute there where like swing was getting jammed back into music and it seemed a little forced. But that's like a swing hip hop album. I think it released like a couple weeks ago. Really good. Hello, Still Strung. Welcome. Listen to the new Logic track. No, I haven't heard it yet. Play ska in honor of Bruce. Yeah, there's some new stuff. Electro swing. Yeah, that's the genre that wore out its welcome nearly immediately. Yeah, there's a local gang called the Sharks. There's a lot of psychedelic in this game too. Like 60s sci-fi psychedelic shit. Like, what if we just did acid so hard that we went to another planet? We opened our mind's eye. Yeah, because it's all about psychic powers, which I guess is like some MK Ultra shit. I'm really connecting all the dots right now. This is all like all stuff that I didn't understand. You know, I didn't know those references when I was younger. Yeah, it's like West Side Story. I am a courageous, strong boy. Remember to go for it. I will, Mom. Thank you. F for Uber Haxter Nova. Yeah, what? Did he break his arm or something? I haven't seen the video. Yeah, West Side Story, the aliens and psi powers. It's a pretty good synopsis, actually. Thanks. So yeah, your sister was the... Your sister was the item storage in the first game too. And your dad was always at the end of the phone. I'm gonna need you, buddy. New movie you're excited for? Endgame. It's gonna be cool. Probably. It's gonna be a thing. Spider-Man Far From Home. Looks cool. Screen positioning. This game is pretty wily. Screen positioning. What do you mean? like, webcam for streaming? Because I could scoot it over if that's weird. Captain Marvel will be fun. Broke his ankle in 2 places and dislocated his shoulder. Holy shit. Was it for the content? Ugh. In-game? Okay, yeah, you're right. It is kind of all over the place. Work to exhaustion when you're young. I'm behind you 100%. On the other side of the phone. You fell off a ramp trying to skate meme? Ugh. God, well, hopefully it's not... Some of those injuries like that, they stick around for a long time. It was so bad they had to censor the breakage moment. Oh, man. Hopefully he heals right back up to all good. That's some dedication to the hashtag content, though. Fuck me. Anyway, I bashed a snake. So one of the cutesier parts of this game is that if you look at the running text, you never kill anything. You never, like, destroy. You always return them to normal, or they become tame. It's like with aliens appearing on the Earth, there's like all this psychic shit going down, and it's causing animals to go wild. It's causing people to act crazy. That's sort of the premise of what you get into RPG fights about. Also, this music, just having like fucking 60s acid parties. Now you beat the alien out of them. Exactly. Do not bash Doggo. I have to. Thank you for the cheer, though. Also, the level up lullaby is really, really cute. And then there's a... I didn't get it. This was also a one of the first JRPGs I can remember that had like showed you the enemies. I guess Chrono Trigger did it too, but you can dodge fights by just like walking around enemies. Kind of a weird, dumb thing. That there are little quirks about this game that were well ahead of their time. There's also an interesting mechanic where if you're high enough level and you get into a fight, you'll just win it automatically. Just go blap, you win. Because it was the first game I can remember acknowledging that there was nothing interesting about doing an RPG fight when the numbers were so far in your favor. Like, victory is foregone. Why even make people go through the motion? Game was in an episode of Frasier. Really? That's weird. I would have liked Frasier a lot more than I did, had I known that. Track always reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie? Yeah. That always makes me think of Pee Wee Herman. I have cookie. I'm gonna eat it. Gulp. I think Earthbound still holds up. Mad Wookie, I think for the right kind of person, yeah. I think there's elements about it that are timeless, but it is couched in JRPG, and I don't think... I think if somebody doesn't like that, they're just not going to like that. So that's fine. I think that's a style of game that has sort of faded away because... like with better processing and storage, I think we found fundamentally more interesting and mentally complicated games to make. There's still JRPGs, turn-based JRPGs being made, but they all have some dash of spice on them aside from just you take your turn, then I take mine. This stuttering is kind of driving me crazy. I might explore something in a minute. We'll see. It'll be quick. Actually, I guess before I get too far. What emulator is this on? It's NES 9X. 64-bit, so maybe Maybe there's just something about that. I'm trying to think of... Because it takes a while just for the game to start. Let me explore something real quick. It's only going to take me like 5 minutes, so I'll be right back, guys.
On 3 different racetracks. So much competition, so little time in virtual racing from Sega.
Okay, it was quick. I give up. I think it is just my brain being weird. Also, I got that 144 hertz vision. I can't. SNES was the first console to have anti-aliasing? It did? Why would it even need anti-aliasing? Because it's all sprites. Was it the Super FX? So yeah, the main enemy of the first game was like Gigue, G-I-G-U-E, which is similar to bigass. I don't think it's the same thing, but it is similar. So I'm really curious to see if there is actually a canon link between Mother 1 and 2. Oh, thanks, Mad Wookie. Yeah, I did what I could. I was kind of hoping that we'd get to play the game before the interview, so I'd have some more like direct gameplay questions to ask. I just had to be a little generic about it. The translation thing? Could be. The thing is, they translated Mother 1 like a couple of years ago. The official translation. So I assume that has to be creative intent. I did listen to it. Thank you for listening. You are so exceptional. Hey, Buzz Buzz. What are you doing there, mouse? Get out of here. Yes, we all know you're a boner. You're just a goddamn boner. Look at him. His like mouth is open too. Is that what that is? It's like a pig nose and a mouth. At least his brother doesn't suck. We should go on H Bomber Guy's stream. What is that? Oh. He does have concept art. Wait, that's Buzz Buzz? He's got a little horn? Hold on a second. Just so I can click around and... My very real Super Nintendo. There we go. Hey, man, joint. Turkey, huh? How is Turkey these days? That might be from the manga? It's cute. They, so... Most of the sprites in this game were made out of, clay models. And you can find a lot of those photos because they used a lot of them for promotional stuff. So, like... And also there's spirits in, yeah, Super Nintendo has everything, right? What are you using as a controller? Xbox. Xbox One. The best controller ever made. Damn, gosh darn dual shocks. I gotta figure out how to get one for cheap now. I was so mad I threw it. I like threw it out the door. Like, ah! Get out of here. And then I had to go out and pick it back up, throw it away. I'll stomp you hard. So this music is A+. Hey Ryder, thanks for the resub. This is the good shit right here. Good shit. They added the assist trophy from Smash. Yeah, it's a nice Smash reference in this game. Not a lot of people know about that. It makes me wonder, like, what alpha male was playing this game with like a 2.1 surround sound system and stuff back in the day, like thumping the bass and stuff. The snare drum synth, yeah, right? It's a really clean synth sound for something that came out in the mid-90s. Good thing Buzz is here. Fortescue, thank you for the Prime sub. Mint Joint, I still do sub music, but in more particular conditions, I guess. A normal sub, I'll play music for right away. A Prime sub, if it's 2 months in a row, then I'll play music for it. So that's it. And then anniversaries thereafter. It's got that nice like cymbal synth in there too. Man. I always associate snare drum synth with PS1. That's fair. Reached that far? Thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Yeah. That's a rip for pretty much everything on Machinima's networks, huh? All gone. But I don't know. Maybe there's a way. Oh! I did it. Whoever's bumping this on 2.1 back in the day was kind enough to leave some pussy for the rest of us. Maybe. We're all getting that person's hand-me-downs. That's fine. Yeah, humans who have evil thoughts. Animals becoming violent due to the influence over the evil in their minds. It is the truth. Poor Buzz, he was too pure for this world. I guess that's the sound of him beating his children. Iron Snake. That's 2 months of Prime sub. You know what that means? That means I'm gonna play a song. Oh, you've been playing this for the first time lately? That's cool. How do you like it? I'm always curious somebody that would play it, you know, this year. The thing is, like, Undertale did really well, or like it found an audience. So that makes me think that something like Earthbound might still be appreciable by modern sensibilities. But first, there's a song to play. Thanks, Iron Snake, for coming back with your Twitch Prime sub. Please enjoy this track. Always good to hear new stuff from Data Rock. Which, man, you want to talk about things that sound like they're specifically made for me. A band called Data Rock? Are you kidding me? This guy's such a prick. Well, she does call it a beetle. That is that's an interesting emotion, though. Like, remembering being a kid and making up a narrative about things in your life and then seeing adults do, like, what you perceive as very callous things. So I can imagine maybe the writer as a kid invented the story about a bug that came back to tell him about how to save the world. And then his parent just went, BLAM! And he was like, oh! I could see that being a life experience that then informs something later. Chat has become a conversation you missed out on. What, talking about... I guess there's been a couple of things. People complaining about Undertale's audience. Math Rock. Can you go up here? Huh. How is he carrying that stone? Maybe it's not that big? Weird. Yeah, Insomniac, I never really knew about the fan base either. I just played it and I was like, that was cool! And that was it. I'm not even sure what that percussion is supposed to be. Like, there's also sounds that work, but they're not an identifiable instrument, really? Oh, shit! Yeah, if enemies get you from behind, they get to go first. And if you get them from behind, you get to go first. One of those things. Someone's shouting me out Destiny and had to spend 15 minutes laughing at how very seriously they took the way you chose to kill aliens most efficiently. Destiny's one of those games, right? Hey, Mercy. Oh, you started this game a while ago? Sounds like loose drum skins? Okay. That was kind of a thing in the mid-90s, right, too? Like, that grunge garage sound? Guys, I think I figured it out. And let me tell you, this is how blessed I am. So, I wanna... Oh yeah, I gotta take a photo. Oh, the percussion is, yeah, James Cameron hitting a metal sheet with a hammer. Yeah, and that's a big, like, industrial sound, right? It usually comes to represent dystopia and the future. Give him that fuzzy pickles. Alright. Had 1,800 hours in Destiny 1, already 1,820-ish in Destiny 2. Ooh. Yeah, everyone brings up Warframe when Destiny comes up for sure. I think once I finish Octopath, I think I will play Destiny a bit. Or sorry, Warframe, since it's on Switch. How long have you... So, no, Mercy, you showed up at the right time. I started early. Normally about now is when I would start. 1,500 hours into Quake Champions? Nice! What the hey? So, Comfy, how do you feel about Quake Champions? Because I played it a little bit, and I like it a lot. I think it makes certain concessions to modern microtransaction culture, but I think it's still a real solid Quake shooter. Anyway, that's just like with a couple hours under my belt, though. This is awesome. Beard Bros are playing EB2. What are Beard Bros? Is that another streamer, I guess? There's not... It's just an RPG. I think what people express confusion about is people's enjoyment of it and treating it like it's an exceptional or unique game when it certainly doesn't look like it is. That's something that takes time to wrap your head around, especially if you play it. It's kind of hard to watch it as a Let's Play and really get it, because it is like a lot of the comedy is in the text, and I don't think Let's Plays are really conducive to reading a lot of text. And this is Dad is out of the picture. He's somewhere else. This game goes from 0 to 100 pretty fast. Mother 3 does. You might be thinking about that. Mother 2's got a... There's some heavy shit, but it's pretty later. It's quite a bit later, actually. Yeah! So yeah, the blue swirl means I get to go first. Surprise opening attack. Look at this cool fucking crow, though. These sweet shades and a little bow tie. A spiteful crow. You gotta be less spiteful, crow. Knock those sunglasses off. If you like streaming or making pre-recorded content more. I like both for different reasons, and I do them both in different contexts, so I'm kind of lucky in that regard. I guess streaming is fun because I get to play video games. I don't really do that much when it comes to pre-recorded content anymore. But that's still fun. Like, making pre-recorded content is sort of just joking around with friends, you know, with certain constraints and goals in mind. But use the library more. That's the slogan for the library. Okay. Oh yeah, I never played pre-sequel. I do like action RPGs though, and that's one. But people just seem to not really care about it. Was it like too jokey? Low gravity jumps, yeah. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Wait, has the internet started calling this the Mother series and not Earthbound? It's still up in the air, I think. Nintendo never really gave guidance in that regard. They called Mother 1 Earthbound Beginnings, so I think Nintendo of America seems to want to call it Earthbound here, but they're also not doing anything with it, so it doesn't matter. Did you play Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U? I started it, but I didn't get very far now. Remember the god-awful marketing for this game? What? I think the marketing was perfect. I think they did a good job being weird in the way the game was weird, and I think that marketing found the right people and convinced them that this game was for them. I can't read any books? Alright. They should do what they did with Resident Evil 7. Biohazard here, Biohazard Resident Evil in Japan. What, you mean like for Mother 3? They don't really... They should release a new game. I would like that to happen, but I also think this is the kind of game that you can't force to be made. If the person who wants to write it, then let him write it. But I don't think it's a game that you can say, hey, make a sequel. It's not that kind of game. Is this your first time playing Earthbound? No. I played it when I was younger. I played it when it came out, and I beat it then. And I haven't beaten it since. I played through, like, the first half a number of times. But, once you get to, like, Scarab, I think, that's kind of when I've sort of fallen off. There's definitely a chunk. The last third of this game I've only played through once, I think, because it was intense enough to make me want to, like, I'm good. I don't need that right now. Husband is painfully trying to set up his VR headset. I got quickly bored, so here I am. Well, I'll try and distract. This is good background music. The music will chill out. Yeah, the game has a strong voice. It's hard to replicate, for sure. It's definitely not the kind of thing you could just farm out to somebody. It's the kind of grindy that I hate. Yeah, I do remember there being a bit of grind, but I also may not have been good at the video game. So... Man, that dude really loves butterflies. Yeah, the art style is great. Something about Earthbound feels very Maniac Mansion-y. Yeah, I get that. I think it's the big heads. Like the weird proportions. What do you think about classic JRPGs, for instance, like Dragon Quest? Is it timeless or old? I think it's old, but if, like, you have to understand its impact from a, like, a historian perspective if you want to know about it. If you want to know about the progression of games and... Oh yeah, there's a hideout here. I think this is one of those things that I never found the first time I played the game. Yeah, you kind of need to acknowledge what Dragon Quest did, because it still influences games today. And if Dragon Quest didn't do it, somebody probably would have eventually, but it was the first, so that's important. This dude wearing his goddamn Clockwork Orange hat. That's a weird thing to say. That's a weird thing for a kid to say to another kid. You're so cool. Interesting lines to have in an RPG that came out in 1995. Yes, the reggae vibes of this. What's on your shirt? My shirt? Or you mean the game shirt? That's pretty straightforward. It's just like a blue and yellow striped. But this is Sunset Overdrive logo. Is it other? Ah. I need new old single player game, but I can't choose what to download from my library. Life's so hard. Yeah. Paralyzed by choice. You're not the only one who experiences that. Hello, little guy. Oh, he's so cute. Average run-of-the-mill mole. Sure. Oh, okay, he tells you about the swirls. TV screen. Nope, the world. What's up, Bella? Welcome. Hair looks good today? Thank you. I didn't shower, so I think there's more... It's more slick. I'm gonna enter anyway. I'm a protagonist, man. These guys look... I like... Some of these characters I don't understand. They're wearing lipstick? I guess it's just they're patterned after whatever clay figures, and they probably had big mouths. Don't enter, do not enter. This game's trash. Immersion broken. Yeah, musky. Nah, I took a shower like last evening. Normally I'd never go over 24 hours. But I'm crawling up on it right now. I think at the in the window of its release too, it also has the becoming a melee player. I've been playing a lot of Smash lately, but it is unique in that it takes place in the real world in theoretically modern times. There's cars, there's ATMs, there's phones. But, I mean, it's dated because there's no cell phones, but whatever. Kind of emulator? This is SNES 9X. Also, $14 for a hamburger. That's a lot back then. Remember brother playing this when I was a little kid? Did anyone else not play a bunch of games from the 90s because their older siblings played them and you watched? I think I would wager that that was somewhat common, because I think that's a factor in Let's Plays now. I think there's a whole generation that kind of grew up spectating games in addition to playing them, so that the advent of that as entertainment shouldn't... Like, it seemed confusing to a lot of people because I don't think they knew that was going on. Dog is possessed by the game designer so they can give you tutorial messages. Oh, that's right. Also, this track is a goddamn banger. Can you pet dogs in this game? I don't think so. You can talk to them, so that's something. I don't have a cold, so I'm good. Yeah, your dad wires you money when you win fights, yeah. Instead of it just dropping on the ground, you know? You definitely, like... That's how they handle the RPG mechanic, is you do fights and then your dad deposits money into your bank account. So, I need the bracelet. $98. I got that. Yeah. Dad ain't raising no beta. You need to go out and make some birds tame. Cool birds with sunglasses. Oh man, reggae dude. Cool bird again. How long did it take you to beat Earthbound when you were younger? A couple months, I think. Don't try to steal my shit. Oh yeah, when you die the money halves. Just don't die. Be good. So those birds carrying around cookies. Inside presents. Earthbound rules. Ah. Wait, hold on. The flowers in the garden are representative of those in your heart. Treat them both nice. Alright, I'm stepping on them. You are good flowers. You deserve love. And we're gonna have a good week. Alright. I'm already learning things. Okay. Another building up here. Ness's dad is literally Big Boss. You seen speedruns of this game? No. Oh yeah, it's that thing. That thing that I said. I've never watched a speedrun. I think like one might have been on in the background at some point. I didn't really pay attention. It seemed like it was a lot of manipulating the level ups to get stat boosts and stuff like that to minimize time spent in combat, which makes sense. You know, it's a lot of time. That shit is slow, but not if you enjoy the rocking jams. Good and strong. Is the sprite flashing after a fight iframes? Oh yes, I think so. Yeah. It's so you don't immediately get into another fight. And if you're real tricky, you can like use that to position yourself in the like collision box to an enemy's back. So even if they don't run from you, you can like walk around them and hit them from behind. It's a little hard, but hint shack. Yeah, a couple of things are very nice about Earthbound as opposed to Mother 1. One is that there's a hint system. 2 is that there's a very detailed map. Mother 1 had a map, which is actually pretty unique for an NES RPG. RTX speedrun of Skyrim. Yeah, that was a punchline that took an hour to set up. Policemen to close roads. Oh yeah, I forgot. The policemen of Onet are extremely proud of their ability to close roads. Oh, I already talked to him. Your son is a very intense and sweet young man. Sonic got me into video games because Sonic Colors was my shit. I need to play through all the Sonic games. That would be a fun project to really get educated on Sonic. Just really learn about it. Really dig in. Become Sonic. Can do it all wearing a Sonic onesie. Man. Oh, if only I were a full-time streamer. Buy a $10 Amazon Sonic onesie. Just sit in my filth and play Sonic games all day. Let's play Sonic Mania. Yeah, Sonic Mania is awesome. Oh yeah, I gotta go back to Liar X Azurate's house. I think I will do that now. I'm gonna try to be pretty, BH Perkle. I'm gonna try to be pretty complete about this game. Like, talk to things and go try to investigate stuff. The Fresh Breeze movement? What the fuck? You guys gotta do something better with your time. Give me that butterfly. Give it. You give it. Give it! Alright. Start writing names on the board behind you. Become a titty streamer in Sonic cosplay. I can do that! I could do that! Do that. Hook up sub alerts. Get swag horns blowing off every time somebody cheers one penny. Break the course of violence. Don't break the wind of change. Fresh breeze movement. It's a fart joke. Plain old garbage. That's right. You can also search around in trash cans, and sometimes they're like, yeah, you just stuck your hands in trash, and there's nothing in there but trash, because it's a trash can. Can you do it again? Yes. It's just plain old garbage. And now your hands are covered in trash. I did it. Tell me a joke, funny man. I'll just check it though. I don't need to stay there. Thank you, Harry Deans. Wee 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 wee. Oh! That's a penny from Harry Deans. Whoa, let's go. ATM room. Also, this is also a banger. I like that dude. Little mustache. That is such a dude who works the front desk of a hotel. That dude right there. He's even got a little shine on his bald spot. Man, it's only 2 pixels. They spit gum on you? Bro, are you okay? Yeah. Gorta, that dude makes efficient love to his wife every night. I'm gonna go home and make love to my wife. One of the greatest lines ever. Oh, Scode, thanks for the resub. How old is Ness? I want to say like 8 to 10? Yeah, he's a child. Ness does very little fucking. Almost none. I knew about it. We can agree that the dude at the front desk of the hotel absolutely fucks, though. Well, Shark's boss is near Giant Step. Sounds like something I should take care of. A chance for Drunk Smash when Piranha Plant Joker DLC drops? No. I doubt it. Yeah, stick to the man, dude. Maybe that's my dad? There, see? They're acknowledging the snakes and stray dogs. Anything planned for this 420? Not right now, no. That video didn't do super well, as I recall. I think it ended up being okay because people donated a lot of money during the stream. And it was also fun to just get crazy high at work while making, Oh, you're the one who makes the fresh breeze movement. Wait. So people... Because people were hanging out in a treehouse, she started an organization to save the children. The stream was fun, but it needed some background music. Yeah, you're right. You're right, DeMarcus. I should have thought that far ahead, to be honest. I think we put on some eventually, but yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Thing is, like, with the exception of James, whose brain chemistry is apparently just different, weed just makes people quiet, and that's not good for videos. Alcohol makes people loud. I'm gonna have to stop you if you try to see the mirror. Well, fuck you, I'm going for it. She can't stop me. Oh. Is that laughter? Whoa! Whoa! You gotta be kidding! Most annoying laugh. Ketamine Mario Maker? Okay. Yup. Heroin DDR. Was Avocado Bruce trashing the set with a sledgehammer while drunk and talking stuck his video planned? No. I think Bruce came up with the idea and he like got the sledgehammer, but he didn't tell anyone. So that was pretty intense and awesome. That's the Wario noise. Wow. That's it. Okay, just a big empty room. All right. A one-room house. Well, I have a couch, but my life feels empty. If only I could find another couch. Magic. Look at these chairs. Look at this table. We actually have that table, it's just not pink. It's the hotel guy's fuck house, yeah. One of his litter of children. That man is impossibly fertile. Where the sun rises. See, games can be educational. Okay, yeah. Talked to Rasta Man already. I haven't seen those Fire Festival docs yet. I want to. That is some distilled popcorn.gif. Right there. What is to the left? I don't remember what's over there. Oh. It's over that away. Okay. Put our lives into operating on you. Huh. Why is everyone in this town blonde? Because... yeah. Hotel guy's DNA's. He's got recessive blonde genes. Yeah, it's the inbreeding, really. It's that's what has the police so fanatically obsessed with closing roads. $7,500. Yes. He's trying to sell a house to like a 10-year-old kid. You don't have $7,500. Get out of here. That dude is living his truth. Ah! Just been watching you walk around. I don't know how things advance. I mean, you kind of don't in the game either. You got to figure it out. The leads I have, well, okay, so here's the hierarchy of things. I have to go to Giant Step, which is a special place northwest of town. My goal is to go to 8 special places in the entire game. The police have closed it, or City Hall closed it. When I went to City Hall, the cop threw me out because he joked about me being the one to reform the gang. So that's kind of the hint. There's also a hint station that'll tell you what to do, but so now I have to go deal with the gang in town. Period Productions, thanks for the raid, man. Sweet Pants, I have not seen Glass. Are you Gavin from Twitter? Come on, Bella, you can't get us Twitch TOS and chat like that. Who's this guy? Oh! Oh, he's coming! Oh, he's coming! Oh shit, he's got a friend too. Oh boy. Oh, new music. So, skate punk or pogo punk? Go skate punk. Okay, that's not so bad. Oof, that's bad. I really hope I go first. Oof. God, stop doing that. Alright. Woo! Gotta watch those pogo punks. Yeah, Mickey laughs. The music is really what got me in this game. I wouldn't like it nearly as much without that. And yeah, Toby Fox took a lot of inspiration from this game for sure. That is irrefutable. Oh, pizza's not open yet. These guys are cool. You're not gonna attack me? Alright. He's just sitting there, like, leaning against the wall. You wanna fight or what? Oh shit, he's shredded fiercely. Oh man, we got a hula boy. Stop shredding! Urgh! Fuck, if he goes first, I might die. Just one gulp, swallow a hamburger. Shit! Mmm! That's close. Gulp. Shit. This 10-year-old is single-handedly beating the shit out of everyone in town. I mean, they're not the hardest thugs. Yeah, Dante, I just finished Earthbound Origins like a week ago, and it's grindy in the sense that they make you travel a lot, and the encounter rate is super high. So if you don't know where to go, you end up grinding on accident. You don't want Frank to beat you up, do you? I guess he'll do it. That was you? Yeah, it was me too. There's no way to know what to do in that game. So you just end up wandering around a lot. There are NPCs that will, like, prompt you in the right way, but it's real easy to just wander and get in a ton of boring, grindy fights. Oh yeah, they closed the road. You can't just squeeze through them either. Ah, he's right. It doesn't fit. Let's find out. Ah. Check a Rooney. Hyped for the new DMC? I am. Very much so. Capcom, I hope, is going to have a real good year. This music, man. What says, like, boring, dumb work job? So good. Man, am I steamed. Don't even try talking to me. Everyone's so mad. A DMC 2. Gorta, I would love for that series to be continued. But let's see here. Ninja Theory works for Microsoft now, so that doesn't preclude them from, like, Grand Tour just had a video game released? Really? Is it a racing sim? Fee was trash. Yeah. Mr. Retro Man, I don't fault them for trying what they tried with 5. I think it was... I think they're trying new stuff. I wish they would do that instead of just re-releasing the same game. So... But yeah. I don't really have a problem with them re-releasing games like they tend to. I think if people want to buy it, let them buy it. And if it's worth, if it's money for them, I want them to be able to fund new development. Oh, that's right. NPCs say different things if you talk to them more than once. Oh yeah, skip sandwiches. The speedrunner's necessity. Oh, yeah, and it's a sandwich. So maybe it's not like a fortune cookie at all. Cottage cheese on bread. I could see cottage cheese on toast with, like, honey. That'd be good. I will fault Capcom for not releasing Street Fighter V on Xbox. Yeah, that's weird. At least in the Super Bowl? Oh boy. Oh boy. It's gonna get real spicy around here. Releasing games is great because I haven't played a lot of classic games, so it gives me an opportunity to play. Yeah, I noodled around with Onimusha a little bit. Whatever, man. Go for it. Psh. That's Frank. That's the leader of the gang, and apparently some kind of tank robot that has a face and arms. So okay. So now theoretically you know what you need to do. You got to get into the back of the arcade to beat up the gang leader. But first, I'm gonna go back and see Mr. Liar X age rate or whatever. CVS2 is the bomb. Oh, you mean Capcom vs SNK? Mr. Retro Man, that game was like the first fighting game I took seriously or tried to learn. And it made me furious. That game is so loaded down with a lot of quirky ass fighting game bullshit. It's got so many mechanics that all stack together to make that game just ridiculous. Never played the SNK characters. It's a really good and solid 2D fighter if you have a real solid knowledge bank of how 2D fighters work to draw from. I liked some of the SNK characters though. Iori was fun. I really liked Haomaru. K-Groove Haomaru, man. Makes that game Mortal Kombat. The pretzel move? Oh yeah, from SNK or even like, yeah, King of Fighters in general. SNK's like back, down, back, forward, down, forward, back, forward shit. Yeah, you have to like, you're drawing cursive with your stick. Love fighting games. Can't put out a straight combo to save my life. Well, Eddie, there are fighting games that let you buffer a lot of inputs, so you can just rattle off the buttons and it'll do it. Mortal Kombat's pretty forgiving in that regard. Some of the stuff is timed, like but usually it's just tap, 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 and then you get your basic 3-hit strings that you can win games with. Just recently played Smash Brothers, don't understand anyone sees their characters, the screen is just a mess. You develop the ability to visually parse it. For me, I liken that to like Call of Duty. I think there are people who just can't, like, until you get used to what to look at and when and where and how and why, what to pay attention to, the game just looks ridiculous. MOBA's kind of the same way. Overwatch, same thing. So, I think Smash is one of those games. Yeah, Otter, exactly. Are you into fighting games? Do you have a good beginner fighting game that I should know? Mortal Kombat's coming up. I would say MK11's probably a pretty good beginner fighting game. It seems like they're kind of tuning it towards that. Oh, this is this place, right? Bayonetta really helped me with dodging and blocking in Smash? Like playing as Bayonetta or playing Bayonetta the game? Yeah, I want to go to the basement with some dude. I think I need Chris Hansen. He's been mining down here. This doesn't seem right. This seems bad. Where are you going, bro? Why are you doing this? His name is Liar. Okay. Yeah, I saw Spookjack. I saw that about good old Chris Hansen writing bogus checks. I'll eat garlic and work out and get strong. Go home. You start to get greedy thoughts. He found a glowing statue that seems to be brainwashing him. That's cool. Yeah, you go hang out with your statue. Rascal Knob, I have played Earthbound before, but I've only finished it once. So I've like started it a couple of times because I'll just get overwhelmingly nostalgic and then. But yeah, I only finished it once way back in the day. So the reason I'm playing this now is I just finished Earthbound Beginnings. Finally grinded through it with the guide. So I'm curious playing this now if there are references and maybe canon links that I didn't know before. It's hot. Oh, clouds move. That's exciting. Do you think a joystick is preferred to MK11 or they made more controllers? I think Mortal Kombat has been tuned for controllers for a while. It's got 4 attack buttons. Most of the specials are quarter circles. The supers are just like 2 button presses. It's not input intensive. It's not really timing intensive. You can play it on a stick, but there's no reason. I don't think it gets you anything. That's kind of a bummer. But I think a lot of fighting games are like that now. Street Fighter still has 6 attack buttons, so there's kind of a reason to play on a stick. I never get into the new Mortal Kombat. My classic special move combos didn't work. Like classic from which one? Like MK3? It's easier to throw a controller in rage. I mean, DeMarcus, you're not wrong, but have you ever seen somebody flip an arcade stick because they get so pissed off? That's like dropping an atomic bomb, man. That stuff will put a dent in the floor. Oh, Scorpion. Back forward LP. Oh, yeah, back. I'm confident you could adapt if you really wanted. Otter, my driveway's fine, man. When it's driveway versus DualShock 4, the driveway's gonna win. Yeah, I think, Dante, probably what would... Oh, Street Fighter 4? Yeah, Street Fighter 4 is super comfy, super familiar. For sure. The thing about MK, I think MK11 that's gonna maybe raise a lot of eyebrows. James hit on this right away, is that the augment system is different. It's not one button to augment everything. Each special move has its own augment input. So there's a degree of like button hitting there that might lend it better to stick play. That is straight at like Donkey Kong, Space Invaders. I don't know what. You better just beat it. Oh, these stupid gang members. Oh, Marvel's Capcom 2 console flips, cable combo. Oh, you mean okay? I was thinking like you flip the console and then the AV cables and stuff fly across the room. That's the cable combo. But yeah, just whipping out the Hyper Viper beam is a good combo too. Civ 5 is a good, or Civ 6 is a good stick game. People say that, yeah, the port on, or James specifically said that the port to Switch was really good. It's super playable on controller. Mercy, I don't know, you're recommending Lost Odyssey? Oh yeah. I approve of this. Good RPG to play. Ni no Kuni 2, Persona 5. Dragon Quest 11. Space. Can you play any of these? No, there's no way. You seem like a normal dude. These punks are real tough. He won't give me any gum. Drinking tea and eating fresh vegetables, but that doesn't fit my super cool image. That's nice of you. See, there's dialogue in this game that's not about you, and it's not about your quest. This is one of the few games that takes time to remind you that the world is full of people who have their own thing going on. And to me, when a lot of games are just about like putting you at the center of everything, I'm such a rocket, dude. I told my enemy how to equip items. I obviously have total confidence in my own abilities. Why is he calling me Spanky? Alright, whatever. Teammates I went to watch the Glass movie with started talking about the new Doom game. 2016 wasn't made an animated CGI movie like the Dead Space game was. Forgot about Doom and Eternal coming out. Yeah. Does it have an actual release date? Ay. Random encounters are the worst things about RPGs. Yeah, there's not many people are fond of that. I think that is a mechanic that is only a product of technology limitations. So it's something that has kind of been phased out of games, and I think that's all right. Man, that drum roll's pretty cool. Oh, he's shredding on me. Have you seen Neil Breen's new movie? No. The LA premiere sold out before I bought tickets, so I'm hoping there'll be another showing. Yeah, Earthbound does encounters well enough. There are times where you can't dodge encounters, but they usually give you the option. And this is maybe not as developer intended, but if you enter and exit a room, I think it randomly spawns enemies, so you can just keep doing it until there's like one or two. And fights go pretty quickly. And the music is like and I think the visuals do a lot to make it not so annoyingly repetitive. Oh, hey, John. Jean. Oh, baby. Means I can buy that bracelet. I'm all equipped up. March or April, just as 2019. Yeah, I think Q1 is probably a good guess. All right. Time to go beat up Frank. Showed my dad Full Metal Alchemist today, and he liked it, so I'm in a good mood. Man, that reminds me, I need to pick up Full Metal Alchemist. Current itineraries to finish, or to start and finish Season 3 of My Hero. I finished Season 2 finally. And then, Full Metal Brotherhood. People say that show is A+, always great. Oh, Duck on Drugs! That's a 2-year sub, man. So I am going to play a song for you. And I'm going to do that right now. Watch Brotherhood? Yeah. You're right. You guys are right. As usual, chat is correct. How does it feel being correct? Huh? How does it feel being right? I want to know. Let's see. I remember this was okay. Yeah, I'll play this. All right. Duck on Drugs. Thanks for subbing for 2 whole goddamn years. Please enjoy your track.
It's how the lords of the placebo trying to repo what the people feel. And what the sheeple doesn't repo, then the reaper will. So I don't see the point of keeping still. I gotta aim to build an embassy. Take me for an imbecile. No matter barely 20 minutes since I've been fulfilled. I think she's from Brazil. Judging from the haircut, neon since I fire hair and makeup. At birth it was my rattle, now it's earth for me to shake up. In life I learned to look you in the eye, so please don't cry if I should die before I wake up. Confidently forward at the risk of being mistaken. That's the only strategy I've ever known for bringing home the bacon. 2 halves of mine to draw a line opposite the lies and the faking. Show size, but they both mine for the taking. My eyes off and vacant, that seat's taken. I swear this new underwear keeps chafing. Short keep tracing, my senses like I'm stuck in claymation. I'm about to take a all expenses paid vacation. Same thing used to make my heart sing, giving me a heart palpitation. You know what I'm saying, Block? Ayo, point me to the girls, keep the world domination. I'm just telling the truth. Stay in my lucky hat. My favorite part of my anatomy is my upper hand. My 6 and 7 sense are not susceptible to sneak attack. That's why I'm comfy living on the lamb. Know how that goes, hey yo, that goes for water, air, and land. Bastard did the draft, another writing on the wall. The letters in the legends of the legends of the fall.
Alright. I'm going to use the restroom, so I'll be back in a minute. Well, you guys will have to see what happens to the fate of Pogo Punk and Skate Punk. You have to stay to see what happens. You have to. So, see you guys soon.
What you are about to see is a vivid recreation of the struggle of war in the South Pacific.
James Bond.
Told our decoy, who was posing as a 14-year-old boy, that he's an 11th grade English teacher. Then he told the boy that he hates condoms, but he's safe. Our decoy asks Special Guy 29 to bring beer and then throws in a request, a technique often used by law enforcement to illustrate intent. He types, "Side garage is open. Strip to your underwear and come in. I be in mine." The man says, "I don't wear underwear." So the decoy says, "Then come in naked." We never thought he'd really do it, but we were wrong. After casing our house, walking up and down the street, here he comes with the beer. And you can guess what he does in the garage.
Could you explain yourself?
I'm sorry.
Why don't you go ahead and cover up?
Certainly. I'm sorry.
The man's name is John Kennelly. He tells me he's 29 and a bus driver. Then he changes it to a teacher.
What kind of conduct is this for a high school teacher?
None, sir. I've never done this before.
So you just woke up this morning and said, I'm going to get involved in an internet conversation with a 14-year-old boy. I'm going to go to his house, strip naked, and walk in with a 12-pack of beer.
No, sir.
What would have happened, John, if I wasn't here?
I probably would have chickened out, sir.
After doing a deeper background check on him, we find out he's neither a teacher nor a bus driver. His father says he's unemployed, and he's not 29. He's actually 43.
Do you know that it's illegal to have a conversation on the internet with the intent to have sex with a minor?
Yes, sir, I did.
He says he knows it's illegal, but it appears that's not enough to deter him. Whether he needs psychiatric help or the hand of the law, he still might pose a threat to a child. Stick around and wait till you see what he does next.
This is the identical screen name. Online. This morning he changed nothing.
Like the men you've met so far, you're about to see others who are quick to come up with a story when confronted by an adult. But what will they say when they find out they're going to appear on national television?
Oh, no. Come on, guy.
You are about to enter the challenging world of Karate Master. Discover the artful grace, the physical conditioning, the mental toughness, the sheer power that is karate. Karate Master, beginning karate at its best. Taught by two-time national champion Pat Worley and four-time world champion Gordon Franks. Karate Master takes you step by step through an introductory level class. Learn proper technique from Gordon Franks.
Block up with your high block and then counter punch with reverse punch.
After watching Gordon, follow along with Pat Worley as he demonstrates with a class of students. Each section is clearly titled for easy study and review. Karate Master teaches proper warm-up, technical form, and practical application.
surf design. In surf design, you've got to ride the rails, avoid obstacles, and go for maximum airtime. Here's a quick way to rack up extra points. Ride the rails. In fact, you get 1,000 extra points every time you jump up, so jump on and off in a hurry. Be sure to avoid the oil slicks. There's no way to land on your board once you've hit one. Watch out for beach balls and baseballs. If you can max out your yin-yang lives, you'll stop the timer and get all the time you want to finish the board. This is the key to scoring really big. Turtles can really mess up your board. Try to stomp them if you can. Here's a great ride. Try to pick up every point you can. Watch this move. I always pick the gorilla when I surf. He's a slightly cooler dude. Try to maximize your airtime. If you're really good, you'll be able to go under the wave, right into the tunnel for more points. Don't hit the seagull. Here are some nice moves by your average cat in your average tuxedo. Go for airtime for extra points.
Jesus Christ, Ops! I never got far enough in Metal Gear Solid 5 to deal with that. Otacon is a bitch because his fucking stepsister was like, "Can you please call me by name?" And he's like, "But why though?" Oh, what was her name? E. The most endearing and easy to pronounce of nicknames. Oh boy. Ugh. So, we're in a real gamer zone right now because Steph and I went to a concert last night and there was a Sonic on the way home. Yes, I said last night. I got a Route 44 Diet Dr. Pepper with watermelon and drank about that much of it. So, I now have a flat soda that I put a lot of ice back into. It's all watered down. And I'm going to keep drinking it. There you go. What? Oh. Yeah? Yeah. Yes. The answer is yes. Oh my god. Okay. Do you like Huey Lewis in the news? Yes. Yeah, Rascal Nava was experimenting. Okay, so hula punks don't do that much damage, and sometimes they laugh. Bacardi and Diet Coke is good. It's alright. I think they go well together, but Diet Coke sucks. I guess Coke Zero is a little sharper. That may not go well with booze now that I think about it. Whiskey and Coke Zero are pretty good combo. I'm gonna die. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. You guys didn't know how dramatic that break was. I think this is a track from Mother 1, but played sad. can improve whiskey-coke ratio by utilizing a 1-to-1 ratio. Isn't that what everyone does? That's how I always did that. That's how I always poured that drink. But I guess it's usually a shot and then a shot of whiskey and then however much Coke to fill the glass. What's Earthbound about? Saving the world. This game always tries to inspire you. It is uplifting. It doesn't like insult you for losing or challenge your like gamer pride. Okay, yeah, this music is the world theme from Mother 1, but like played differently. That's kind of cool. Yeah, Elgato, this is definitely an RPG Maker game. Yup. You call it Mother? Only because I'm having to refer to the previous game. I guess, think of it this way. Like, calling it Mother, I feel like, is more, like, it's harder to confuse which game you're talking about. Wait, I don't... Yes. My backpack is filled with cookies and hamburgers, to the extent that I could not pick up another one. I thought that was the wrong path, alright. Wait. Sugar and cinnamon? Oh, a fireball? What are you guys talking about? Trying to lose weight? Yeah. Don't. Or you're talking about Cinnabon. Yeah, don't drink. Don't drink, everybody. It's really bad for you. It's a lot of calories. It's poison, and then to process it, your body turns it into an even worse poison. Sure is fun, though, and tastes good. Can you give me a rundown of what I need to know about this game? Yeah, I guess, it's got good music. It's got good art. The story is really weird and offbeat. The writing is funny. That's pretty much it. It's a really quirky JRPG. And quirky seems like a dumb, kind of meaningless word to throw on it, but I can't really think of a better way to describe it. It's quirky without being try-hard, I think is what I would say. Fireball and sweet tea? Oh my god. That is so much sugar. Elgato, yeah, you may be the only German. Despite what my last name would imply, I'm certainly not actually German by any stretch of the imagination. No, I don't want to be a gang member. Don't be such a snob. So they said like 30 experience to level. I'm debating if I should level before I try to fight the boss, or just go for it, like my mom told me. That's like 3 fights. That's not so bad. Your Texas German? Yeah. Well, mostly just Texas, I think. I guess there were some things about my upbringing that could be pegged to German, but like I said, I've never like been to Germany. You're not racist, you can't be Texas German? They're probably not all racist. I don't know, man. I was not connected to any community growing up aside from my church. So that's more... Ah, crap. Does your HP autofill to max when you level up? No, it does that annoying thing that some RPGs do where it gives you the amount of HP your max increased. So if you go from like 40 to 50, you'll just gain 10 HP from wherever you are. Blech. I keep forgetting it doesn't remember your meter setting or your menu setting either. I've been playing Octopath and I keep thinking that that's on by default. And I use that in Persona as well, so it's gonna take resetting the old noodle. Okay, there we go. So yeah, just, you know, you get some stats. It takes the edge off sometimes. Didn't get much, but... Is that my max? 63. Whoa. I got a lot of cookies to eat. And yeah, inventory space is limited and it can be easy to run out. So I think the game is intended for you to constantly be getting and using small healing items. since they're like actual food, the idea is that you're on an adventure, but you have to stop for snacks and stuff. So it's kind of interesting. I think the way they tune it is you do take gradual damage, and you get healing spells, but it's usually better to save your PP for like attacks, especially since the. Well, I guess Ness ends up being the healer. Paula ends up being the like magic attacker. Save your PP. Yeah, you have to burn. I'm gonna say that a lot, by the way. I'm just taking in the music, really. Look at him twirling that knife. So yeah, I rate your unfinished EDM track. I don't know, man. Do you think it's better than this? So yeah, I always, with RPGs like this, I always wanted status inflicting spells to work on bosses, but it's like you have to spend like 4 turns casting them all just to see if any of them work. Like maybe I can poison him, maybe I can paralyze him, maybe I can put him to sleep, maybe I can confuse him. And I never really saw the point, instead of just attacking, like doing damage, progressing towards the fight, finishing. So I'll try it, but it always seems like a waste. Yeah, okay, great. Because it would like trivialize the fight if it worked, right? But sometimes that happens, so I don't know. Hey! Dude fucking talked shit so hard my stats went down. That knife. Yes! Wait. That's actually not it, as I recall. Use your PP, L-Dog. Nice. Nice Fortescue. Nice one. Yo, that's some... We got some real jokes. We got some real jokes. Frankie Stein Mark II. No ASMR. I got a mic arm, Ops. I'm a real streamer now. I could do that shit. This tank is really, like, just... What? Man. What a badass boss fight theme. Ah. Oh! Christ. Oh, that was close. God, that background though. Ugh, that's so cool. That's the sort of thing I can like... This is totally me imprinting, but I just imagine one person was like... I think I know how to write this like pixel shift algorithm. And everybody else is like, what'll it do? It'll like scroll, it'll scroll sprites over each other really quickly. And like, we can get a wave pattern for free. And like, if we just do this math. And everybody's like, what would we ever use that for? And it's like, oh, we'll figure something out. This guy knows a lot about Giant Step. I guess you become a, you don't become a gang leader for nothing. The shader code is interesting? Yeah, Sap does. I've read up a little bit about it. It is interesting when it's like, because it's almost an abstraction. Oh. Yeah! I beat up your boss, whatever. Shader code is like an abstraction of what you would consider normal rendering to do, which is like... I know the direction I want to go. Like, I have an image in my head I want to create. Shader code is like, how can I mess with things in a systemic way to make stuff look cool? I'm totally a Rambo type guy. Any funny workout videos with me and James, since you guys are gym bros? Not really. Making fitness content is hard. And I think, actually, Adam and James probably go to the gym together more than I have been. I am still kind of getting back into it since I got in a motorcycle wreck, and that was like 6 months ago, so I'm mostly healed at this point. I still have to be careful. Like, I can... Stuff's different in there now. Not in a, I don't think, a permanently bad way. I think I'll still be able to realize my fitness goals. I can't... It's actually a good thing if before what I'm saying sounds too concerning. It's forcing me to have good form, because now when I have bad form I feel it. Before I could like rely on just, I guess, the rigidity of my body, which is a really bad thing. I could just throw load onto like joints and stuff and have it be fine. Now it's like I do have to activate all the muscles to bear the load when I do a lift, as opposed to just sort of like using certain groups and letting body tension carry the rest. If that makes any sense, I don't know. This is how I describe it to myself. So it's made me sort of go down and lift weight, but really super focus on form, down to the point where I'm like feeling every muscle group that I'm using. And it's been a really good process. It's helped me sort of mentally understand my body a lot more, which is, man, the past 3 years have just been an amazing experience in that. Watch the shoulder presses in rows? Yeah. Well, yeah. So you're talking about anything that uses like the mid-back. And for me, squats and deadlifts hit that area too in terms of stability. That's the area I have to make sure I'm developing properly and engaging properly. Because I think up until about a year ago, never used it for anything. Just by the way I learned to use my body. Which, yeah, resulted in horrible posture. And a more visible shoulder bump. Somebody asked, yeah, JC, I still have the bump, but it's like, if I move my shoulders back where they should be, it doesn't stick out as much. And if I'm wearing a shirt, you have to look for it to see it. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, posture check, everybody. Tuck the chin, head back, ears above the shoulders. That's the anatomically, like, correct way to do it, but you don't have to. Shoulders back. Pull your shoulder blades towards the middle of your back. Work that muscle a little bit. Engage the core. Hip. Make sure that your shoulders are over your hips. But if we're sitting, we don't really need to do that. Alright, so, whoops. I beat up the gang boss, so now I can go to City Hall and tell the mayor to open up Big Step. And he has to, because I beat up the gang. I'm a city hero now. Yeah, I'm gonna be the shoulder bump streamer. Just cut a little cloth circle out of everyone. Or half a cloth circle. Can't show that full bump. That's not why people watch me. Not an e-girl? Not yet. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't see what the difference is. If people are using Twitch streams as friendship simulators, how is it that much worse to use them as girlfriend simulators? When did that line get crossed? I don't know, man. Why is one okay and the other one isn't? I think the friendship simulator angle's a little... like, it bears conversation. I don't want to fuck my friends. Okay, that's fair. The sex... yeah... because women do it, which makes it bad. That is an angle, for sure. It's just like, people seem more okay with commodifying friendship than commodifying sex. Which, I guess, yeah, the difference is one involves women. One kind of gives women power. I did all that to the... Yeah, I spit in their eyes and stepped on their wee-wees. Are us males angry that we can't corner the relationship market like e-girls can? Fortescue, I think that's part of it, right? It's a market that has an exclusive demand that you can take no part in. Which is dumb because you're a willing customer, or some are a willing customer of that market. But yeah, it really just occurs to me that people are like worried that if we give women power, they'll lose their minds and they'll take everything. I don't know, man. Sometimes that's what it feels like. Sure. Yeah, you're gonna lie about this if they catch you, right? Right? I won't be responsible for this. Yes, we understand each other. Okay, take this key. Hey, what's your name? I just beat up the gang, man. Come on. Yeah, you got more to you than PP jokes for sure. See, I don't know. I feel like this is one of those little things we're gonna have to get over because that's the internet now. If people use it to simulate human relationships, and both parties are like acknowledge this fact, it's hard to see the problem. And if you want to make some claims about, I don't know, the genuine aspect of human relationships, then friendship simulator streams have to go too. Which is what? All Let's Plays? Like, where do you draw that line? I don't know. I think that those are decisions you can't make. And I think the hand-wringing about it will go away. It has to. Alright, so now I can get into the entertainer's shack. Am I your friend? Chatbot, we haven't met. So, I'm gonna say no. You seem like an okay dude, though. That's, it's not born out of, what's the word? I do enjoy the opportunities I get to reinforce boundaries. Yeah, sorry, chatbot. I apologize. I feel like, man, boundaries are good. And helpful. And healthy. We met at Tartix London, are we friends? We're a big step closer. Ooh. That's a lot of bugs. Oh, shit. Hey, Robitussin Rabbit. Thanks for the Prime sub. Oh boy, I don't have anything to deal with this. This may not go well for me. Oh, okay, I can one-shot him. Great. Ah, no problem. Thank you, Lil Poo. Nah, man, this is Deep Thoughts O'Clock. What does everyone else's brain do when you're playing a JRPG? To me, this is like, I'm gonna stew on some thoughts, the game. One of the things that I really enjoy doing, and it's half an exercise to try and keep me mentally young. I don't know if it works yet, but I do enjoy sort of trying to identify the things that, like, are weird because of the passage of time. If that makes sense. And I think getting tussled up about pretty girls on the internet is one of those things that's just going to stop being a problem after a while. And like people that are older that think it's weird, that's like, okay, that was your first check. Times are changing. And this is the first time you can choose to shake a cane at it or try and understand it. And if you choose to shake a cane at it, you're kind of doubling down on that path from here on out, because everything that follows is just going to build on top of that. My name is Friend. Am I a friend? Yes. Thoughts on classic WoW? Are you going to play it? I have fond memories of playing World of Warcraft when it came out. I don't think I need to play that again, especially when there's so much more. Hey! I messed that up. Can I clutch my pearls? Yes, please. I love that phrase. It describes so perfectly a dumb reaction. But in the right context, just Afraid what I'll do when I reach that point in life? Ah, when you start to... when things aren't familiar anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not an expert. Yeah, fainting couch. Ah. That's what happens when you're coasting on 800 calories a day. Hey! That fat little mouse whooped my butt. Not okay. How about be that progressive, but getting older is slowing me down, so to speak. Happens to everybody. I think also what people are afraid of is they won't be allowed to say, I don't like that, but it's not for me. That's something that I worry about sometimes. There's nothing wrong with like being old-fashioned and just closing out new stuff as long as you don't hate it or dislike it. You can be just leave me to my books. All right. I think we found something that works for everyone here. So yeah, people like to talk about being current and being progressive as though it's a virtue unto itself. I'm not necessarily convinced. Kind of like people talk about how oh, I read a book about ants so I could learn about ants. Oh, that's so good. Like, people consider the acquisition of any knowledge to be a virtue based on that alone, it seems like sometimes, and I'm like, I guess it's always good to have a bigger data set to make life decisions from, but I feel like you can live a pretty good, generous life without knowing about ants. For some reason, when I think about useless knowledge, I always think about the migratory patterns of ants. I don't even know if they migrate. That's just something that pops into my head. Butterfly. Give me that. Alright, I got my first super spell. I can shock people out by my deep thoughts. I think there will always be people who jump on any perceived infraction. Most everyone that's really genuinely progressive doesn't mind if you don't do woke shit yourself, as long as you don't shit on people that do. Big distinction between those things. Yeah, I agree. If it's truly live and let live, it's hard to have a problem with anything. I think the only time that becomes complicated is when, like, somebody's doing something that they don't know is harmful and need to be told and how they react to that information. So it's like, it's hard to live and let live when people are driving big-ass SUVs, and you gotta say, yo, carbon, stop. It affects more than you think, one of those situations, and then people choose to not believe that because it sounds like a scam. Because it kind of does. Hey, this thing that I can't show you is messing with us, so you have to stop doing what you want. That's just not a good message to give to somebody. So, life's complicated, I guess is the only thing that I always come back to is... you can't solve every problem. Or there's not a clear right answer to every problem. People want to have responsibility and self-awareness, and it's hard to accept because your brain wants to protect identity. Takes it as an identity attack instinctively sometimes. Yeah, I agree that people treat belief... like, sometimes, people treat worldview, as belief, which is something that's core to one's existence. And of course that stuff can be, emotional to disrupt or contradict. It just makes sense. Many aren't taught the analytical skills to be able to understand the complexities of the world, though. Yeah, but I mean, even those that do have analytical skills are still human. The most, just kicking over ants. Bah! They look really cute, though. Little spheres. Bees rely on mushrooms as a source for food. Fungicides are killing bees. Yeah, I've heard about declining bee populations. Didn't know it was because of fungicide. Well, if it's a known problem, then hopefully it's solvable. Hopefully it's not too late. Hey! Read a book about bees a couple years ago. Didn't really help me, but it made me happy and appreciate bees more. You know, Elgato, you describe a sensation that I had not considered. That... There is an aspect to learning about the world that can also increase your enjoyment in it. In the sense that it won't... Like, Elgato, you now live in a world with bees that do all these amazing things. I don't, because I don't even know those things. It's not in my, like, mental space. It's not in my worldview. I feel like your world is more fun to live in. Knowing about bees the way you do, if that makes sense. So, perhaps that's an angle to ingesting... Or that's a virtue to ingesting information that I hadn't considered. Now I want to read about bees. I'm in the middle of... Fareed from work lent me this super, super thick book about... I'm getting walloped. Super thick book about... name of it is Autonomous Technology, which is what it's about. The premise is like... examining the ways in which technology has started operating under its own auspices rather than humans' auspices. Which is to say, it has improved and developed without anyone asking why that should be done, or what the true impact of it would be. The ultimate, or the question that I'm getting so far out of it is that if technology describes the set of tools that human beings use to create things, then what happens when those tools operate themselves? It's a question of free will at a philosophical level. If humans aren't putting their control onto tools, then tools are controlling themselves, then humans have no control. Or less. And that should be discussed and acknowledged. This stuff is all Matrix philosophy I'm discovering. Which was kind of a reoccurring question in a lot of 70s sci-fi. About free will. A lot of drug use. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, the alpha symbol? 10! Ugh! That's so expensive. But yeah, the Greek symbol denotes, yeah, the strength of the attack. As you level up, you'll get a beta, and then a... like, zeta, and then omega, I believe? See you, Jean. Nice to see you in chat again. Gamma. Okay, yeah, that's right. Zeta's not even a letter, is it? It was Gamma, I saw it in my head, I was like, kinda looks like a Z. I'm gonna swing in the dark. I'm also reading Trigger Warning, so that's cool. Man, that book is so bad. It's like, it's fun, though, and that it, like, it doesn't even make a good point, and it's not good. I do wish it were like a Netflix movie or something. Damn it. I swear there's a way to stand inside of a character's collision box and get an early attack. Thank you, spicy boy. Is Trigger Warning serious? Yes. It is, but it's not, because it's so laced out with, like, stereotypes that it's hard to take it seriously. Trigger Warning just came out on Netflix? Oh, it's Killer Mike's show, yeah. Yeah. I googled it. Please make a review of it. I want to read excerpts in Dude Soup, but I've been busy since I started reading it. What's the temper you're at? East Coast snowstorm sucks. It's nice, man. It's SoCal. It feels like 65 right now. I have the door open. There's a nice breeze. Everything's great. What's it about? It's about an ex-Marine who goes to college, and the college gets invaded by terrorists. Now he's got to help all his stupid hippie friends learn how to kill, because the real world is hard. The first third of the book is like him getting lectured for like saying things that are microaggressions, and there's like they introduce the bad guy, and the bad guy just straight up shoots one of his henchmen to prove how evil he is because the henchman betrayed him. It's so dumb. In the first chapter, so here's how the game opens. Let me lay it out for you. He's studying his book about some liberal retelling of history, and he hears a yell outside. So because he's a hero, he's a Marine, he does what's right. He closes his book, runs outside, and he sees a couple fighting. The dude like hits the girl. He steps in, he's like, "Hey, don't hit girls." And the guy's like, "Who the hell are you?" And she's like, "Oh, do you think I can't defend myself? You're a sexist." And so he like, the boyfriend like swings at the Marine, who just like totally sweet dodges and then like sweet punches him. The guy gets laid out because he took a Marine punch. Take care. Back to fighting this dumb boss in Diablo. All right. Good luck. And then the girl starts beating on him. He's like, "Ah, you sexist, you pig." I think she literally calls him like a Nazi or something like that. And then the Antifa gang shows up. Yes, there's dudes like wearing black shirts and black hoods, and they run out of the bushes with bike chains. They try to jump the Marine guy, who, no joke, like does some sweet karate stuff. He like takes the chain out of one dude's hand, he throws it and wraps it around a dude's ankle and like yanks him off his feet. It's totally like bad 80s action just written out. It's the best. So then he gets arrested by campus PD, and it's obvious that like the head policeman gets it, that all this is really stupid, but he's like, you gotta watch your back. And the guy's like, "I didn't do anything, they just jumped me." And then the next day there's like a student newspaper or something that's like, "Local Nazi beats up Antifa," and he's like, "They're totally manipulating the news and lying. They say that I'm the Nazi, but that really sounds like something the Nazis would have done." Bleh. It's so good. It's so like on the nose. It is its own parody. And it really does feel like somebody was like, what if I made Die Hard, but it was about being a sweet conservative instead? That's basically exactly what it is. Oh, Cliffy, that was yours? Man, that was really nice. Thank you for making that. I enjoy any fan art of myself that is like, it makes you kind of go, "Oh, oh." Takes you back a little bit. Oh. Why does it sound like South Park? It basically is. Man, how could you read past the first chapter? Mushroom Jesus. It's an easy read. Not a lot of big words. That book coasts right by. And it reads like a bad movie, so it's not work to just take it in. This is why history needs to be compulsory, so people don't say stupid things like that. Whatever, man. There's no getting around it. At a certain point, people choose what to believe. Then people are just going to say that the history is teaching an incorrect version of history, which they're saying now, so whatever, man. The planet keeps on spinning. Considering the quality of movies and theaters as it is, I would love to see that on the big screen. Yeah, it would be fun to just take that book and use it as a screenplay. Just film that book as a movie. Complete with like dumb action scenes. I would love to do that, but I'm too old. Like he did the Marines and then he went to college. So he's like in his late 20s, I think. Oh, by the way, yes. He also flirts with a college professor who, and this is totally a thing for like conservative white dudes. It's like this Irish girl with like pure alabaster skin and raven red hair and like has a hot body, but she's a professor too, so she's smart. They like go on dates and stuff. There's a part where they're clearly in like, or sorry, Raven Red. No, sorry, yeah. I don't know why I connected the two, because they start with R. Raven is black. Red hair. She is a bombshell from the British Isles. Thank you for the catch. Raven-eyed, probably. Maybe. I was just thinking the word R. But after they go on their first date where he talks about he talks about deep stuff or something. I don't remember. He mostly just talked about his family, I think. It was like, I remember the date was like, yeah, I said all this stuff. And like he writes out all the stuff that he would say about, yeah, my family, my relationship's complicated. This is my life. This is how I am. I serve my country, blah, 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 blah. It's like 5 minutes of him talking. And then there's like one paragraph which was like, and then she talked about herself too. She has a family, a sister that she doesn't see. And then they like walk outside and he's talking again. I love it. That date concludes with her calling him like, you're like some kind of warrior monk. You're like deep, but you're like cool. Like, shit, this is so awesome. This is so awesome. Yeah, she's totally not a character. Aside from the fact that she kind of thinks all this progressive stuff is stupid too. It's fanfic parody? Yeah, I mean it's basically that. I think if I tried real hard, I might have been able to write that book as a parody. It's like it's not so over the top that it's obviously self-aware. It's the perfect ratio. Is this the ant? The giant evil ant, I think. But it's mine now. What book is it? Trigger warning. Oh yeah, this track is so good. Using a SNES controller? No, Xbox One. I am playing on a real, actual Super Nintendo. Was the book written by an actual veteran? I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, that's what side gaming looks like. That's not so bad. Wondering if I should save Psy Gaming for save my psychic points for healing. I guess I don't have. How many hamburgers do I have? One. I'll save it for healing. Ow! Actually, that did a lot of damage. Yeah, and Psy Gaming did like 90 hit points of damage. I'm gonna go for it. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. Oh, only one? That doesn't seem bad. Yeah, this ant ain't no bee. 100% true. Okay, well, I guess I just hit him and we see who dies first. Fuck! Ugh, okay. Does that ant fuck? Yeah. I would say for sure. Yes, absolutely. Sweet. Isn't Psy Gaming called Psy Rock in other versions? Yeah. You get to pick it. It's your favorite thing. It's just a text entry box. Rockin' is the default, but eh? Why'd my controller stop working? That's weird. Did you ever run the strategy guide for this game? I did. Didn't they, I thought that they, thought it came with the strategy guide. That was like the only way to buy it, right? It came in that giant box. But yeah, this music is super, super good. Yes, that strategy guide was beautiful in ways that not a lot of guides are. or anything related with games. That's odd. Hold on a minute, guys. Did you ever stream Smash Brothers? I have. So yes, I would. Why are you doing this? Hey, Steph. Uh-oh. Did the game glitch out? Is it... What?
What's the other thing? Those things.
Huh?
Setting up the lights.
Ah. That's... Huh. The A button works, but this is really strange. So yeah, if I bind it to the keyboard, it just like lost the ability to see the controller. Huh. That's okay. How far into the game am I? I mean, I just kind of actually just hit a good stopping point. So you know what I'm gonna do? Here, I'll change the keyboard to limp to a phone, and then I will end the game, and then we'll play something else. What the fuck happened? My joystick just stopped working. Gamepad, whatever. But I only need one button, so the game we're gonna play. I was thinking about just getting back on LA Noire. Oh yeah, and everything runs from you. Yeah, JC. Gotta finish that game eventually. There's also no more heroes. Oh yeah, now that I've beaten the boss, everything runs. Get out of here. Although, oh, there we go. Okay, that's good. I'm running out on buttons, so. Yeah, I've had issues with SNES 9X, the emulator. Sometimes it just chooses to not see the Xbox controller. It's very, very strange. Never had another game work like that. Now, granted, my setup can be it's starting to get a little complicated. It's pushing me into, I think, edge cases for hardware usage. Actually, now that I think about it, I got a lot going on. I'm impressed that it all works. My main display is duplicated to a streaming machine, so already, like, duplicating output is kind of weird. Oh yeah, I gotta go to the PlayStation. You don't got the SNES Classic? No. We used it for work stuff, and I kind of left it at work. It's kind of a communal thing. We got one for that drunk SNES gameplay, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I'm on the last Vice case. You ever played Jackbox on stream? No, I have not. Jackbox is fun, but kind of like more normal video games. I can't remember where a phone is. I guess I have a mobile phone. Dad, you're right. One of those weird games. It's like, you've been playing for a while. Maybe we should take a break. Go do something else. Is there a phone in here? No. There's one in there's a payphone in the drugstore, pretty sure. PS1 Classic. Those games I don't really care about those games very much. I'll spend the $1. I'm big ballin' like that. 520. And then the game stops. You have to turn the system off. And he's like, don't press reset. They don't need monthly active users on the Super Nintendo. Did you play the first GTA from 1997? Yeah. The game was weird. I didn't really like it. The camera never pulled out far enough to make it so you could drive fast. It controlled weird. Yeah. That was back when, it stopped being fun after like 30 minutes. I don't know, maybe there's more to it, but I certainly never found out. I played GTA 1 and 2 a bit, but it was mostly just like open world mess around stuff. Okay, I'm gonna take a break, use the restroom, stretch, and then L.A. Noire. Get back on that, solving cases. Cracking skulls. Making the world a safe place. See you guys then.